Why I am meeting you today is to give you some correct scientific explanations on the traditional home remedies which are still practiced in India, even in the educated class. Many of them are misconceptions and they do damage to the person, whether it's a child or an adult. So I want to enlighten public regarding the scientific basis of whatever the traditional measures are taken by elderly people in a family. For example, even today, when there is a pain in the ear, the grandmother in the family tells the younger generation, child is crying and they can't understand why the child is crying. So I am sure the elderly lady says that the child is having pain in the ear. So you take a little oil, coconut oil, put a small piece of garlic, warm it a little and put it in the ear. So they do it and the child stops crying. So they think that old grandmother has done a marvelous thing. But actually it is totally wrong. So to understand that, whenever a child comes to you, maybe 4 or 5 year old, says, "Mummy, my ear is paining," what you have to do is to hold the pinna and move it. If it doesn't pain, then it is a middle ear infection. And if you touch the ear and move, oh, the child shouts, then it's external ear, which is commonly because they put sticks in the ear and try to scratch. So that is called external otitis. Now the middle ear otitis, when there is no pain when movement, the elderly grandmother's diagnosis is correct. And the drum is swollen, the middle ear is in the bony cavity, and the only distensible wall is the outer wall, that is the eardrum. So there is tension in that middle ear because of infection. The pus is there. Pus means cavity is so small, and the pus may be a drop or so, but that also distends. And she puts warm oil, the drum bursts, and a drop of pus comes out. You can't see it outside, but so tension is diminished, and the child sleeps. But in the bargain, what she has done is she has made a big hole, perforation in the drum. So the infection from the outer ear, external, it goes into it. So she has complicated the matter. Oil with garlic should be put in the cooking kitchen in the dal or something, not in the ear. God has given ears to hear. Then the question arises in your mind, then what should be done in such a case? So if you find the pain is not there when you move the pin and you say it is a middle ear infection, then you have to take him to the doctor. Then what the doctor does, that is the next question in your mind. Doctor wraps him up in a draw sheet, we call it mummification, and holds him tight and examines the ear. And if he finds that the child is still moving, then he gives general anesthesia and looks at the drum, and he finds the drum is bulging. So the grandmother's diagnosis is correct. And he has got a small instrument called myringotome, and a small nick is made in that inflamed drum because the pus is inside, which may be 0.5 millimeter. And a drop of pus comes out, the tension goes away, and the child, when he recovers from general anesthesia, has no pain. Nobody should put any drops in the ears unless the doctor advises. Doctors do advise for removing wax and all that. So God has given ears to hear and not to put a tadka